Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota RAV4 plug-in XSE hybrid in the color gray. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, we have the gas component of the hybrid energy system. It is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 302 horsepower and 168 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 2,500 pounds. Up front, you've got your LED headlights, customer daytime running lights, fog lights down below, and of course we have that blue Toyota hybrid logo. On to the side, you've got 19-inch alloy wheels. You have the plug-in hybrid badge on both sides on the front end there. Side mirrors include integrated turn signals and blind spot monitoring. And looking at either one of your front handles, you've got these double lines here. We'll talk about those more on the driver's side. Heading back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting. Down below on both your rear doors, you have your all-wheel drive badge. Up top here, we have the black roof rails and roof rack installed. And then on the rear quarter of the passenger side, you'll find what looks a lot like the gas access. This is where you actually access your plug-in hybrid system. So don't mind the snow in here, of course, but through here is where you're able to access the plug-in system itself. If you want to learn more about this, we do have videos covering this more in depth, along with more information about the plug-in prime system for RAVs and for the Prius primes as well. Now, along to the back, you have your XSE trim level badge to the right-hand side. Left-hand side, you have your RAV4 Prime badge. Underneath the rear logo is the backup camera. To open up your cargo space, reach under the logo and press the button. Inside here, for your second row seats, there is a 60-40 split along the left-hand side, which allows the two sides to function independently. If you want to lay down either side, you can do so by releasing the handle on the top outside corners of the seat. Now, across the back here, this is your interior cargo cover. This guy extends outwards, then locks into place with these little hooks on either side, helping to keep private any goods you keep stored down below from any prying eyes. We also have the plug-in system itself. It is just wrapped up right now, and again, we have videos covering this more in depth if you need or want to learn more. Across the back of the floor space and the second row seats, we have this RAV4 Prime rubber mat liner. This guy has two jobs. First off, helps protect some extra padding and texture so that things don't move around in the back here, which protects your vehicle from any damage from the cargo space. In turn, it also helps protect the cargo itself from the vehicle. Secondly, it helps to keep your space clean. It is very easy to pick this up and remove it out of the space. The ones on the back of the seats are simply stuck on with a couple little Velcro spots, so you can just remove them off. And then you can rinse or just brush any dirt or debris off of the rubber lining, and then put it back in so that everything doesn't cling to that carpeted interior that likes to stick to every little piece of dust. Now, in each one of the four corners, you'll find these little silver tie-down hooks. You can use these guys to further secure your cargo load. To the right, you have this little storage cubby cutout. Then you've got a 12-volt adapter and interior light. If you're looking for your tire kit, look down underneath of the mat. You'll find this little fabric strap. Lift up the false floor, and then everything you need is located right underneath. To close up the space back here, you can reach up to the handles on either side, or just press at the electronic button there on the left. Next, let's take a look at the inside. So, inside, your interior upholstery is the black Softex leatherette. You have both black and red stitching, which gives this nice amount of color and character to the vehicle. Inside, between the two sides in the back, you have a folding down armrest / cup holder. You can easily tuck this up and away if you want to increase your seating capacity. On the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, you've got pouch storage. Back of the console, you have your air vent, and you can see the chargers down below there. And currently, we have the RAV4 branded rubber mat liners. Inside the door, you have your little storage space, power window control, and each side has a heated seat, so both sides are able to control their own independently and keep toasty in the winter. Then in the back here, in the front, we once again have these double lines. These guys indicate keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand on the lines or in the handle to lock and unlock your unit. Inside the door, you've got power windows for both front and back, window lock, power lock system, and your side mirror controls. Up front, you have electronically adjustable seating, back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. Hood and gas release on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. Top of that, Controls for dash brightness, automatic headlamps, defog for the rear windshield. You've got your heated steering wheel control, odometer trip, and power trunk release. Up top, you've got this little storage cubby. You can see some interior lights stemming down in there, so you can see what goods you've got even at nighttime. Looking at the steering wheel, it is black leather with red stitching, just like your seats. Left-hand side is controls for the dash display, hands-free communication, and volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top. This includes a sonar and lane departure. In the middle is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Right now, you're looking at the optional navigation. You can choose to connect this through Toyota connected services. Then you have audio listening. This is AM, FM, and satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you've got optional USB adapters throughout the vehicle. In the middle is phone connectivity. This is for your personal device to connect via Bluetooth. You would also use this for your hands-free communication. You got a couple things in here. One of them is trip information. Then you have your energy flow chart. So this will show you in real time in the hybrid systems as the different components communicate with each other. So they will light up and you can see the flowing of the energy itself in this little diagram. Really cool to keep an eye on. It'll also show you if you have the vehicle plugged in as it is charging itself. And right now, of course, the vehicle is parked and not going anywhere, so there's not a whole lot going on, though it will occasionally kick on just to keep the energy flowing around. But this is much cooler to keep an eye on when you're actually out on the road and you're stopping and going in traffic. You can see the regenerative braking technology happening in real time in front of your eyes. Really cool guy to keep a look on. It is currently really low, as we can see, but this little space here is also a little battery gauge, which will show you how charged up. You can also look at this to see if maybe you need to plug in your vehicle for some charging, which I will recommend to have done to this vehicle after I'm done the video. Then under that is charging schedule. So if you're unfamiliar or just need a little help with the charging schedule and you're wanting one, this is built into the vehicle and it can just help make it easier to get used to or to live with a plug-in system. Of course, with the Primes, you do not have to plug them in, but it is a great way to add extra kilometers onto your driving range. Under this is your general settings. So this is everything from personal profile, information, Bluetooth connection, Wi-Fi display, voice search, vehicle customizing, security, apps, etc. Volume control on the bottom left-hand corner. You've got your four ways in the middle. Underneath is the climate control center. Dual climate control up front means you can either have your temperatures synced up, or if you turn that off, they can then function independently from one another. There is the optional Eco Heat Cool setting available. You've got defrost for front and rear windshield here. Underneath, we have two different levels for heated seats, high and low for both driver and front passenger. Then you've got your traction control, push start ignition. Underneath, you have this storage space. The bottom of this also doubles as a wireless charging pad. It is compatible with any wireless charging devices. Nice thing is it's got this little slanted in tray design, so your phone or any other device will be nice and secure when they're in there and they're not going to go slip sliding all around. And if you don't want to be using it for wireless charging purposes, you can just press the power button. You'll see the little light turns off and then the power supply is cut there. At the back is where you have more traditional charging, so you've got your 12-volt adapter and your USB. Then you've got your gear shift, parking brake, and parking hold, all of your EV modes, your driving, eco, normal, and sport, as well as trail modes as well. And behind there is cup holder spaces. Then you have your console, again, more of this red stitching to match the rest of the upholstery. Inside, general storage, you've got some chargers on the front end as well. To the right, you've got this storage cubby that goes the whole way across the dash. Down below, you've got a lockable glove box. Up overhead on the rearview mirror, 1, 2, and 3 dots, these guys are garage door openers. Then you've got your reflective rearview mirror, but if you flip the switch, it turns to a camera view instead. The reason this can be so nice to have in a vehicle is that when you're driving, sometimes you have either passengers or cargo that are being a distraction, partially or fully blocking your view of traffic behind yourself. If you find yourself having that issue, when you're in the driver's seat, you can just flip the switch, and then you can see the traffic behind yourself without having to look through the cab to do so, which is really cool little feature to have and useful if you find yourself in those situations. Then, of course, we've got your sunglasses compartment, SOS button, overhead lighting controls, and controls up there for your moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE in the color gray. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.